What's going on, my exotic family? It's your boy Dre. Welcome back to the channel. So I get asked a lot what I think a good starter lizard is. So actually what I'm going to do in this video is actually go through what I think is a good lizard for starter, intermediate, and advanced. So I'm going to pull out I only have three lizards anyway, and they just so happen to be different types of lizards that require different stages of care. So I'm going to go ahead and pull each of them out and explain to you which one is a starter, intermediate, advanced, and explain why. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. Alright everybody, so welcome back to the video. So like I said, we're going to be going over the different animals that you can keep depending on the level of care that you feel you can handle. And like I said, I just wanted to go over a few options that you guys do have. So we're going to start off with obviously the beginner. So this is my leopard gecko. This is Sahara, there we go. This is Sahara. Sahara is my oldest reptile. She's 12 years old. And a lot of people don't even know I have a leopard gecko, so it's also when I want to do this video because I don't really show off my lizards enough. So obviously these are all going to be lizards, but this is Sahara, my leopard gecko. She's my oldest reptile, 12 years old. Now, the reason I consider her a beginner reptile is because they do not require as much care as the other two. Not saying you should go out without doing any research and get one of these guys. No matter what reptile it is, whether it's beginner, whatever, you should always do your research first. But these guys are gonna be pretty much pretty easy to care for, basic care. These guys don't require UVB. You have to make sure they have a heat source, obviously. I use for her, she has a heating pad hooked up to a thermostat and it seems to work well for her. Like I said, she is 12, so I've had no issues, as well as they don't require a lot of space. This is full size for her. She is not big at all, so that is one cool thing about her. And then another thing is they don't really have a bunch of foods that they'll eat. I mean, obviously they're insectivores, so they'll eat that, so that kind of makes it easier for you, so you don't have to store veggies or you know, raw meats or anything like that. For these guys are gonna just eat crickets, mealworms, waxworms, phoenix worms, anything like that, and they are good to go. So that is it for beginner. All right everybody, so I'm back with Sahara, or not Sahara, Sahara was the gecko, Hera. So Hera is obviously my bearded dragon. Now this is a family favorite. Everybody, even if you've never owned one, everybody is familiar with bearded dragons. They are very great animals. As you can see, they don't get huge, but they get a lot bigger than geckos, which is one reason why I'm going to call them an intermediate reptile. Another reason is these guys require a little bit more care. They're going to require UVB, a bigger enclosure, and their eating habits is going to be a little different. These guys are omnivores. As babies, they're going to be more so insectivores, but veggies still should be offered. And then as they get closer and bigger to adult size, they should be offered more vegetables, and insects should be cut down. So it's usually 80-20, and then as it gets older, you flip it. But anyways, so they're going to be a lot bigger. They do require UVB, and they're going to require a bigger enclosure. So full size, most people will keep these guys in like a 4x2x2, which is what I really would like to get her in once I move and everything. But for now, she is still in the 3-foot Exoterra, but she's doing very good. And as you can see, they're a little more active than the leopard geckos are going to be. And then as well as these guys can, it's not very common, but these guys can come with somewhat of an attitude. You call them bearded dragons, this is when they get upset, that beard will turn black and they will flare up and they will actually bite. I've had that happen. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind if you are looking into getting into lizards and you don't want a leopard gecko. Just make sure that that is something that you can handle. Leopard geckos, even if they do try to bite, it's nowhere near as bad as a bearded dragon can be, and they're pretty easy. I mean, they're like this big. So definitely something to keep in mind. So we have beginner, this is intermediate, so let's go ahead and talk about our last lizard, which is advanced. So give me 1 second. All right everybody, so I'm back with my Tegu. This is an advanced lizard. As you can see, I wear gloves with this guy because he is still feisty. He's in that teenage phase where everything and to him is pretty much his, and he does not care. So I wear gloves with him, so he's still not very tame. He's still not used to me at all. He just peed on my floor, and as you can see, he still goes crazy. So I have to make sure that he doesn't. Okay, now there's poop. So I have to make sure that he doesn't go super crazy. So I wear the gloves to just try to keep him calm down, because he does bite. Alrighty, so he does bite. So another thing about these guys is they get large. These guys get around 4 to 5 feet. This is an Argentine Tegu. They get around 4 to 5 feet. So their enclosure minimum is gonna be 8 feet long, 8 by 4 by 4. So that's something you're gonna keep in mind. They're gonna eat everything from fruits to veggies to whole prey, mice, quail, rats, to papaya, anything like that. These guys will enjoy. So you definitely want to make sure that you can handle one of these guys, because one of these guys not tamed can definitely do damage. And I mean, limbs can be removed with these guys. They have a pretty nasty bite if they are not tamed. As well as they do require UVB as well, and obviously, like I said, a large enclosure. So you definitely want to make sure that's something you can prepare for, because these guys can grow very fast. This guy is 3 months old, and he is about 3 feet long so far. Like I said, they're gonna get about 4 to 5 feet. Males are gonna be bigger, and he is a male, so that's definitely something I am preparing for. As well as you can see, they can have an attitude. This guy, he's still very young, like I said, so we're still in that socialization phase, so they can definitely have an attitude, so you definitely just wanna make sure that that is something that you're ready for. This is Nipsey, my powder blue Tegu, and he is still a work in progress. So as you can see, they have a pretty crazy tail. They can whip it like a belt, and it hurts like hell. So you definitely want to keep that in mind. So this is going to be your advanced lizard. This is the lizard that is not for everybody. This is the lizard that you're definitely going to want to build up to. If you've never owned a lizard, this is not the one I would start off with. However, if you're up for the challenge, that is solely up to you. But I would not recommend you start off with something like this. I would definitely recommend you start off with a leopard gecko, or if you want something more advanced, a bearded dragon, or anything like, Chinese water dragon, frill dragon, anything like that. But definitely not one of these guys. So let me go ahead and get him put back, and we'll continue on the video. Alrighty, everybody, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I don't show off my lizards entirely too often. The Tegu, you can see why. Oh goodness, he got shit on my shirt. He shit on my shirt. That is disgusting. So as you can see, why I don't show off the Tegu as much is because I'm still trying to get him habituated, and he likes to attack my camera, so I can't do the type of videos that I want to do with him quite yet. So still working with him. For whatever reason, he hates me, but that's okay. We're gonna get that together. This is a phase that they do go through, so I'm just kind of just toughing through it, still feeding him, which is, it's funny because after he eats, he's puppy dog tame, and he's fine, but once he goes back into his enclosure, even after he ate, it just restarts. So we're still working through it, but nonetheless, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I didn't want to show off any snakes today because 80% of my videos are about snakes. You guys have seen my snakes time and time again. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. What's a great beginner lizard that you guys like? What's a great intermediate and advanced lizard that you guys like? Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any uploads. Drop a comment, let me know what you think. As always, stay exotic.